Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of The Spill. My name is Danica Donez.
And I'm Caroline Marshall. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, registrations for next year's classes, and the Tarzan musical. So stay tuned for all of that on this episode of The Spill.
February is Black History Month, and places all over the U.S. are honoring Black culture. The Emmy-winning daytime talk show, The View, recognizes daily heroes, role models, and trailblazers who have made history in the U.S. On Tuesday, The View honored NASA astronaut Jessica Watkins for inspiring the next generation to expand their horizons. She is going on the next SpaceX flight in April, so Watkins will be the first Black woman on a long-term mission aboard the International Space Station. She will live there for 6 months while conducting research as it orbits the Earth.
Johnson & Johnson has temporarily stopped production of the single-dose vaccine. Last year, they shut down their plants in the Netherlands, which was their only plant where usable doses of the COVID-19 vaccines were made. This decision has confused a lot of people and even some countries who prefer the single-dose vaccine over the alternative two-dose vaccines. Instead of producing single-dose vaccines, the Netherlands plant is working on a different vaccine aimed at another virus. They think this new drug will be more proficient and profitable. They are also hoping that this new drug will protect people against a respiratory virus unrelated to COVID-19. They're planning to restart COVID-19 vaccine doses at the plant again in March.
A recent study by American and German researchers showed that a lot of the negative reactions from the COVID-19 vaccine are due to the nocebo effect. The nocebo effect is the opposite of the placebo effect, which means that the reactions are caused by people convincing themselves that something bad will happen after they receive the vaccine. So it actually ends up making them sick. Of course, this doesn't mean all adverse reactions are caused by the nocebo effect, but it's definitely an interesting fact. Now we go on to music review with Jake Brennan and Sam Weathers, followed by sports with Jordan Taylor.
Hello and welcome to Music Review.
And to kick off season 4, me and Jake have a wonderful little gem just for you.
On the other side of the street I knew stood a...
What's your name?
Sarah Rush.
Have you ever listened to the band Train?
Yes, I have a couple times.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Today I'm conducting an interview with Rayland. Rayland, have you ever heard of the band Train?
I know a lot about that band. Let's just say they really make my day absolutely amazing.
Does my hair look good? The band Train was formed in 1993 after lead singer Pat Monahan left his Led Zeppelin cover band and moved to San Francisco from his hometown in Pennsylvania. You like Train?
So, if you came up to me and asked me what my favorite locomotive would be, it would definitely have to be a bullet train.
Train attempted to get signed on with Columbia Records in 1997, but were ultimately rejected, which prompted them to create their own self-titled debut independently. This album was very successful, as their single Meet Virginia off the album reached top 20 on Billboard Top 100. Because of their success on their first album, Train would decide to go on to release Drops of Jupiter, which would be their most successful album overall.
So, would you put Train in like your indie/chill playlist?
Well, I don't have an indie/chill playlist, so...
Continuing on, Train would begin to lose 2 of their members.
Train has had a predominantly successful career. They have been nominated for 8 Grammys, and they have won 3 of those. In addition to this, 5 of their 9 albums have been certified platinum by the RIAA. So, Drive by Train, you know that? You know, like, oh, I'll swear to you, I'll be there. How do you feel about that song? You like that song?
I mean, if you're singing it, yeah.
There were a lot of popular bands back in like the 2000s, that's needless to say. But one that was always on the radio was Train. How do you feel about Train?
Mr. Smith, how do you feel about the band Train?
I like them.
Prefer them to regularly rail-bound trains.
Do you like hearing Pat Monahan's voice at late hours of the night?
They're a good form of transportation, but I don't actually listen to much of their music.
Train?
You know, like Drops of Jupiter, Hey Soul Sister.
Yes, it gives me a little tingling feeling down my spine. It makes me so happy.
Do you think Pat Monahan is a creative genius with lyrics such as, I used to love the Tenderloin before I made some Tendercoin?
I am with Big Jake. Big Jake, how do you feel about Train?
Cool.
If I had to, rate Train, a scale from, say, 1 to 10, I'd have to put them at, 2. two. I used to like their music whenever I was a little bit younger, but as I kind of grow up and I start to look for more intellectual value in music, I understand that Train does not offer that same.
As people get older and they start to develop a more keen taste and keen ability to pick up on things, especially in music, you start to realize that Train ain't it. It really ain't it.
Train is a pop band. They don't claim to be anything more, and they also donate to charity. So I don't have a problem with them, but I do have a problem with the music they produce. In my opinion, Train's music doesn't really go that deep. They just really don't take the risks that make so many artists special, and that knocks off a lot of points from my side. You don't really get much listening to Train. Very, very painful, and it's just, you wish you were listening to, like, there's so much better pop music out there. Like, so let me put you in a time and place. It's the 2000s, you know, you're rolling down the road, and you got the radio on. You turn on to, like, 96.5, you know, whatever pop station, and Hey Soul Sister comes on. You're in the back seat. Are you, like, what are you doing? Are you bumping your, you know, you're tapping your foot? You bumping your head? What are you doing?
No, I reach up and I grab the steering wheel and I crash the car.
This has been Music Review.
And as always, stay frosty.
Monday is the first official practice of the 2022 season for the soccer. Tomorrow is the regional tournament for our wrestling team. It will be held at the Valley. Come out and support our boys. On Super Bowl week, Tuesday, the Bengals arrived in LA and had their first meeting with the coaches, but it was virtual again for the second time in a row. This week started off Monday with the opening night of Super Bowl week, and fans are already buying tickets. The night consisted of coaches talking about everything they could, discussing their players and how exactly they were ready for the match on Sunday. Walker Valley boys basketball ended up beating Bradley 46-44 at a home game after a comeback which can be seen on the Walker Valley Live. The game started with Walker in the lead, then Bradley makes their way back up. This match was close all the way to the end. The shot that made the game was a wide open layup shot by Cash after making a run behind the defense and winning the game. Now on to a quick word from our sponsors.
Rockin' Nutrition is a healthy choice for meal replacement shakes, loaded teas, iced coffee, specialty and beauty drinks. Our teas and shakes have vitamins to help you focus and give you energy, while our beauty drinks contains collagen and biotin in them. Rockin' Nutrition is conveniently located right down the road from Walker Valley on Highway 11, right beside the Piggly Wiggly in Charleston. If you would like to order ahead, you can call in your order at 423-665-3044. We open at 6:30 a.m., which means you can call in your order and we can have you in and out all in time for first block.
It's that time of year. Class registration is taking place at Walker Valley this week in preparation for the incoming 2022 to 2023 school year. Students should have received a copy of their transcripts and their academy schedule. If you have not been given your academy schedule or your personal transcript, please contact your guidance counselor by Friday. For more assistance and information regarding your registration for the upcoming school year, stop by the guidance office or speak with your MAP teacher. Walker Valley is excited for yet again another great school year.
The Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce is accepting applications for Youth Leadership 2022 through 2023. These are due on March 4th. If you are interested, there is more information about youth leadership on Schoology.
The Winter Formal is coming up. This is the first Winter Formal Walker Valley has had in a long time. This will be taking place on the 19th of February. Tickets will be going on sale as soon as next week. There are limited tickets, so on Monday and Tuesday, tickets will be only available to students with gold passes. On Wednesday, tickets will be available to everyone. The formal will be at 5 Points Museum in downtown Cleveland from 6 to 9. If you have any questions, you can see Miss Cole in Freshman Hall.
Circle of Champion applications are now available for 2022. Students with a GPA of 3.0 through 4.0 with a minimum of 2 honors courses taken this year are eligible with the levels of gold, white, and blue. White is for students with a GPA of 3.0 through 3.2 with 2 honors classes and will be required to complete an average of 10 service hours. Food is available to students with a GPA of 3.25 through 3.49, 2 honors classes, and required 15 hours of service. Finally, goals with students completing a GPA of 3.5 through 4.0, a minimum of 3 honors classes and 20 completed service hours. Applications are posted on the Walker Valley High School website. Please see your guidance counselor with any questions.
The Walker Valley musicals are back. The last musical put on by our school was Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat in 2020, just days before the countrywide quarantine. This year, the musical is Disney's Tarzan, which was done by Walker Valley 7 years ago. Opening night is February 24th, followed by shows on the 25th, 26th, and March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So tickets go out on sale Wednesday, February 15th. People from around the Chattanooga area come to see our musicals, so buy your tickets as soon as you can and come support our very talented students. Up next, we have Question of the Week with Nathaniel Miller and Lydia Price. After that, we'll come back to weather from Jordan Taylor.
So if you were a cowboy in the old Cowboy Wild West, what would your Cowboy Wild West name be? Buck. So, Mr. Evers, if you were a Wild Wild West cowboy, what would your Wild Wild West cowboy name be?
Probably Satchel Gizmo.
Satchel Gizmo. Yeah. Why would that be? How would you go about getting the name Satchel Gizmo?
Just carry around a satchel full of gizmos.
What gizmos do you have in your satchel?
Well, if we take a look, this little here gizmo is it looks like it looks like some exhaust. Yeah, but actually it's probably it's unleaded.
Rocket
it's
fuel,
rocket fuel. Yeah, that's what we use in our rockets around here in the Wild Wild West. If you look over here, I've got some
diet rocket fuel.
Yeah, it's zero. Yeah, it's zero rocket fuel actually. That's why it's gone. And then I got some
milk.
Yeah, just some regular milk. Some of the gizmos I got here.
If you were a Wild West cowboy, what would your Wild West cowboy name be?
Robert Shadowwick.
What would you be known for? Bro.
What's your Wild West name?
I don't know, like Keith or something.
What would Keith do? What is his occupation?
Cowboy.
Yeah. No.
Play poker.
That's fair. You're a big poker.
You're looking at a sunny Friday for you, Walker Valley, with your high of 66 and your low of 41. Not too cold, not too warm, kind of in the middle. Going on into Saturday, we are going to get a little cloudy, maybe some rain, so you might want to wear a coat or something because you're going to have a high of 51 and a low of 23. Going on into Sunday, though, we are going to get the sun back, still a little bit cloudy, though, and chilly with your high of 44 and your low of 21, so you might want to put a coat on there as well. Now we're going to send it back to the studio with Danica Donez and Caroline Marshall.
My name is Danica Donez.
And I'm Caroline Marshall. Have a great day, Walker Valley.